I hope everyone had a good Christmas, New Year. This is my final month of payments. My current dividend portfolio is $55,340.83. It's an increase of 8.17% from November's portfolio total. It's almost double in value from where I was a year ago. They say the first 100k is the hardest. I'll wait to go until I get there. It's almost near the 60k mark now. I had 15 dividend payments this month. As usual, I'll go through the quarterly ones first. First up is 3M, ticker symbol MMM. The dividend payment was for $15 from 10 shares, paying a dividend of $1.50 each. The payment was paid on the 12th of December. The next payment is the 12th of March, and the ex-cut-off is the 15th of February. What a year for 3M. The company really has been through the mill. The yield is currently 5.47%, and it's now in its 65th year of consecutive dividends. So the 52-week high of 129.90 and low of 85.34. It's number 4 on rating of 2 and consensus of hold. No surprise there really. Analysts have a 12-month price target of $107.33, which I think it's past now that the market's opened. So these targets will have been well before that. No one expected it to be pushing $110 soon, and it's over there. I have an average price of $129, so still a long way to break even. Next up is Bank of America. I was paid $8.40 from 35 shares, paying a dividend of 24 cents each. The payment was made on the 29th of December. The next payment is 29th of March, and the ex-cut-off is the 29th of February. The yield is currently 2.83%. It's at a 52-week high of $37 and low of $24.96. There's an outperform rating of 10 with moderate buy, really bullish sentiment and strong fundamentals throughout. Analysts have a 12-month price target of $35.15, which is 3.75% upside, and I think that's easily achievable. Next up is Schwab ETF, ticker symbol SCHD. The payment was for just over $5.93 from a total of 8 shares. The payment was made on the 11th of December. The next one is the 2nd of April, and the ex-cut-off is the 27th of March. This year has been very turbulent for SCHD. The ETF is extremely popular, and understandably with a yield of 3.5%. So the 52-week high of $78.23 and low of $66.87, which was an absolute bargain. Next up is Coca Cola, ticker symbol KO. The payment was for $36.80 from a total of 80 shares, paying 46 cents each. This was paid on the 15th of December. Next payment is the 1st of April, and the ex-cut-off the 14th of March. The yield is currently 3.13%, so the 52-week high of $64.99 and low of $51.55. I wish I'd have bought some near the low. My average buy is $58. There's an outperform rating of 9 and consensus of moderate buy. Quite a lot of insider sold shares, maybe taking profits. Return on equity in the trailing 12 months has been really strong, with 43.85%. Analysts see continued momentum moving forward with a 12-month price target of $63.88, which is 8.73% upside. Next up, Enbridge, ticker symbol ENB. The payment was for just over $9.09 from a total of 11 shares. This was paid on the 1st of December, and the next payment is the 1st of March and ex-cut-off the 15th of February. The yield is currently 7.46%. So the 52-week high of $42.11 and low of $31.03. It's at a neutral rating of 7 and consensus of hold. A bit of a mixed bag, but has bullish sentiment and strong fundamentals. Analysts have a 12-month price target of $31.11, which is 5.42% upside. Next is Intel, ticker symbol INTC. Dividend payment was for $4.37 from a total of 35 shares. This was paid on the 1st of December. Next payment is the 1st of March, and the ex-cut-off is the 6th of Feb. After the big jump in price, I've trimmed down my position a couple of times, taking gains and reinvesting into a Vanguard ETF, which has better yield and consistent growth. The yield is currently 0.99%. It's at a 52-week high of 51.28 and low of 24.73. The recent high is down to Intel agreeing to build a 25 billion chip factory. There's an outperform rating of 10 and consensus of hold. This is really a turnaround story. It's a shame they cut the dividend, especially not long after they said they wouldn't do this. Analysts have a 12-month price target of $41.20. I'm guessing these targets will be well before the news. It will be interesting to see if Intel can sustain these stock price levels. Next up is Johnson & Johnson, ticker symbol J&J. The payment was for $24.99 from a total of 21 shares. This was paid on the 5th of December. Next payment is the 12th of March and the ex-cut-off is the 26th of Feb. I'm continued building on this position. The overhang of the talc lawsuit will only keep the stock price suppressed for so long. The yield is currently 3.04%. It's at a 52-week high of 180.93 and low of 144.95. There's a neutral rating of 7 and consensus of moderate buy. Analysts have a 12-month price target of $177.64, which is 13.45% upside. I've been buying 1 to 2 shares monthly, so more than happy for the stock price to be suppressed. Next up is Microsoft, ticker symbol MSFT. The payment was for $3 from 4 shares, paying 75 cents each. This was paid on the 14th of December. Next payment is the 14th of March and the ex-cut-off the 14th of Feb. What a year for Microsoft, the chart looks ridiculous. The yield is currently 0.8%. It's at a 52-week high of 384.30 with low of 219.35. I've been waiting for the price to drop. The price is now out of reach for a lot of investors. Could we see a stock split soon? I'd like to think so. It has a neutral rating of 7 and consensus of moderate buy. Hedge funds taking profits and reallocating funds. Strong sentiment and fundamentals, which is reflected in the analyst price target of 423.45, which is a big 12.84% upside. Next up, Pfizer, ticker symbol PFE. The payment was for $16.40 from a total of 40 shares. This was paid on the 4th of December. The next payment is the 1st of March and the ex-cut-off is the 4th of February. Now that patents have expired and COVID is under control, the stock price has dropped significantly. Over the long run, Pfizer should be fine. They have products in the pipeline launching which could see the stock price recover. The yield is currently 5.84%. So the 52-week high of 51.60 and low of 25.76 is an outperform rating of 8 and consensus of moderate buy. Pfizer seems to have bottomed out at $25. Hedge funds are buying, inside transactions are up, and it has a general bullish outlook. Analysts see a lot of upside potential too, with an average 12-month price target of $32.67, which is 13% upside. I've been picking up a lot more shares at these low levels. Next up is T. Rowe Price, ticker symbol TROW. The payment was for $12.20 from 10 shares. This was paid on the 29th of December. The next payment is the 1st of April and the ex-cut-off the 14th of March. The yield is currently 4.53%. It's at a 52-week high of $132.76 with a low of $87.43. There's a neutral rating of 7 and consensus of moderate sell. I've been doing the opposite and picking up another share recently under $100. I think once interest rates start getting cut, the share price will go up accordingly. It's already had a bit of a bump. Analysts see it dropping again with an average 12-month price target of $94.13. Personally, I will still be buying if it drops to this. Next up, Vanguard FTSE All World High Dividend Yield ETF, ticker symbol VHYL. The payment was for $8.06 from a total of 20 shares. This was paid on the 27th of December. The next payment is the 27th of March and the ex-cut-off the 14th of March. The yield is currently 3.5%. It's at a 52-week high of $50.90, which is roughly $64.83 and low of $57.96. After UK regulation stopped the purchase of US ETFs, buying SCHD is no longer an option. VHYL is kind of like SCHD UK equivalent. It has some of the same stocks and similar yield. They performed similarly over the last year as well. This is second in priority for my ETFs. First is Next, the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, ticker symbol VUSA. The payment was for $18.14 from a total of 65 shares. This was paid on the 27th of December. Next payment is the 27th of March and ex-cut-off the 14th of March. The yield is currently 1.4%. So the 52-week high of $91.11 and low of $75.92. Despite the 52-week low, like all good ETFs, you can see the consistent growth over the year. This is why I invest in the S&P as well as individual stocks. Next I will fly through my monthly payers. First up, JEPI. The payment was for $17.95 from a total of 46 shares. Next, Main Street Capital, $19.03 from a total of 81 shares. Plus, Main Street also paid a special dividend of $22.28 on the 27th of December. And finally, Realty Income, ticker symbol O, $25.60 from a total of 100 shares. This takes the total for the month to $246.68. That's my biggest payment I've ever had. More than $40 more than my second highest payment in September and nearly double from last December. The total for the year is $1,688.31. That is over a 250% increase from 2022. As I currently track next year's dividends, it is edging closer to $2,000 already, based on what I've purchased in recent months. So by the end of next year, it will be significantly more. Next month I have payments from Altria Group, Cisco, JP Morgan, Pepsi, plus the usual monthly payers. As always, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.